Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video and the seventh stage, right? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Seventh stage of the Extreme Challenge Quest, this time against just straight up Veldora. But this was a monumental occasion because this was the first original half anniversary, which brought us the unlimited potential of the masked hero. So, this stage should be fairly fun. Taking a look at it, 9 turns or less, 220 skill points, because that was a blue stacking, well, it was a stacking team. And then at least 3 magic changing skills, which is going to be the rewind and orb changes. That will not be very difficult to do. Veldora has probably a little bit, tiny bit more HP than what we're used to seeing in the other stages, because this was a stacking stage. This was our first true blue stacking, or well, precursor to traditional blue stacking, because the Protector Space Veldora did skill points on every orb, but at less. But he has very low attack, fairly high defense. Counterattacks, more defense, more guard rate, lowers and nerfs oranges, attack and pierce, okay, and crit damage. Okay, so the Space 1.0 half anniversary team, let's build it up. Alright, Space 1.0. Free-to-play Frey, our very first Frey in the game, our very first masked hero, our very first Carrion, and not our very first Milim. But still, to this day, one of my most favorite Milims. She is skill-fused, the hero is skill-fused, Carrion I don't think has a skill fusion to begin with. Frey's free-to-play, we're going to bring Water Rimuru because he is a pretty good green orb changer. We do have type disadvantage, so if you don't want to bring him and you want to bring like Tempest Elite Gobta because he's got a green orb change and the alt swap, that would also work very well. Veldora is stacking space attack, raising our skill cap by 40 and giving us extra skill points per orb. However, because he's very old, it's not specifically blue orbs that get skill points, it's every orb gets skill points, but the effect is cut in half. Normally, you go 100% up to 500. Now it's 50 up to 250 because it doesn't matter what orb you're using. Anything will get extra skill points. But with Milim being skill fused, we do get a little bit of a magic buff now alongside the space buff and the Drago effect. Carrion's got crit damage and orange orb changing. The hero's got the rewind and crits. And Frey and Rimuru orb changers. So let's dive in. Alright, let's see what we can do with this particular hand. I could use Rimuru's orb change. I'm not going to. We're just going to send these 4 green orbs and try and get some extra stuff out of it. So more points the better. And if we can get some green orbs or some blue orbs next turn, or at least easily convert, that'll look really good. He does not have a lot of health. Oh, that looks real good. Okay, we can just use Frey then. Excellent. Let's ooh, you know what? Let's rewind and then use Frey, because Frey costs 30 points, because this was the age where special converters were not looked favorably upon. Alright, 30 points there. So now, what we can do is we can send this, and then maybe next turn, we still have access to Carrion and Rimuru's convert. Okay, this is the counterattack turn. Hilarious. Thankfully, he does not do a lot of damage, but this is just annoying, and it takes forever to get through a 6-hand. But we are running Protection Gauge on Blue Charm for Veldora, because I want as many stacks as possible, because if you thought normal blue teams don't get a lot of points in their 6-hands, you're really going to be disappointed with this. We only have 56 points to use. That is unfortunate that we got that hand. Okay, well, I mean, we can still make it work. Oh, God. We can still make it work. I think we're just going to have to swap Milim out after these 2 stacks and bring Rimuru in, because he can convert those 2 Milim orbs and maybe change one of the other greens, and then we just have a 5-send, and that one little orange would be left over. Yeah, I really wish it was just an even 2 and 2. That would have made life a whole lot easier. We have not used a second stack. Okay. No, there's no really other way to do this efficiently, so yeah. I mean, she's close to an ult anyways, so it's not a super big deal. But convert, and convert. We could not use Frey's orb change if we wanted to, because we had already used her turn 1 or turn 2 and not turn 2.5. But we get 69 points back. We get another stack of Veldora. I mean, that's nice. It is still turn 2. It is still the counterattack turn. Delightful. Alright, well, maybe next time when you do this stage, don't rewind on turn 2. That might work. Might being the keyword. Oh my god, I'm 1 point shy, god damn it. Okay. Alright. Yep. Okay, we're just gonna put this stack on Milim. We'll send these nerfed oranges, and we'll try and get something else going. Milim's skill fusion makes this really, really nice. The hero skill fusion, if depending on how many points you use in a turn, up to 300, you can get an extra 30% crit resistance down. We are not really going to be able to max that with this team, but we can sure get close. Okay, Milim, you can come out of here. The hero, not the hero, Rimuru can come in for you. And then we can greens and then Frey. And that'll give us a full hand of blues. Excellent. And then we'll just wait a little bit longer. We had to clear this within 9 turns, and Milim, especially with the skill fusion, is definitely going to be able to do that with very little trouble. And even if we do have trouble, we're going to have an ult from Carrion and the hero as well. But we do not have an ult swapping character, which is kind of unfortunate. So, we need how many points to nuke? We need that many points to nuke. Right? Yep. That's 50, 60, 70 points. Okay, well, I mean, we could just do this now then. Milim comes in for Frey. Boom. We'll put one more stack of space attack on. Milim also has the Drago effect alongside a small attack buff, which just means that any buff we put on her, just like Exalted Champion Velzard, is going to be enhanced. So this, 20% attack and 30% magic attack and space attack is not actually true because they're going to be enhanced by the Drago. So now it's 120% chance to crit, 24% crit damage, 60% space attack, 36% magic attack, 24% just straight up attack. Alright, I mean, this Milim should kill probably by herself. We probably won't need the follow-up, but we're going to do it anyways. And we're going to watch Milim's ult because I like this Milim. She was the best character DPS. She was the best single target DPS character up until we got EX units, essentially. Or Light Raphael. 209,000 damage. Doesn't seem like a lot, but we're only on turn 5. We only had 2 55-point buffs. That was perfectly, reasonably acceptable during the half anniversary. We did not hit millions of damage until EX units became a thing. Just keep that in mind. Alright, so the one thing that we didn't do last team is actually use 220 skill points. So, let's bring a team that can definitely use 220 skill points and also get the job done. We're going to bring the Light 3.0 team, using them a bit early, but regardless, it's going to work very well. We cannot traditionally stun Veldora, because he has 100% stun resistance, but if we go to turn 8, we can use Lumi to remove that stun resistance, and then stun him, and then use this 80-point scale and 55 and 55 and double 55s. We have a lot of points to use at this turn, and it's just another traditional blue stacking team, and it runs even better than Veldora, because the last team, because Shin was actually giving a lot more skill points per blue orb. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to attempt to start with this. We'll bring Lumi in for Sokka, because Lumi has both her turn 2 protection trait and Groom Rimuru's the first 3-turn protection trait. We're just going to send these Shuna orbs because her trait is extra skill points on turn 2. So even though she does have type disadvantage, we will benefit a little bit from her. This is the counterattack turn, though. We got to remember that. Alright, we have a couple oranges, so let's get Shuna out of here after using her convert. And then, and then we'll bring Sokka in. Yeah. We're going to take some counterattacks here. Not much we can do about that. Notice how Sokka's orb change costs 25 points instead of the 30 that Frey did. That's just future. This was the New Year's of 2023? Yeah. This was 7 or 8 months after the half anniversary. So times had moved forward, things had gotten a little bit cheaper, buffs had gotten stronger. 80-point buffs are... I think this is the first team to have one. Okay, what is that? What is that hand? Okay, well, funny. Stacking Pierce Power and Stun Strike on Raphael to be our DPS character. Raphael is skill fused to give everyone on New Year's Blessing and Otherworld Legend the extra 40% Stun Strike instead of just himself. Lumi is not skill fused. Milim is not skill fused. Shuna is not skill fused. Mainly because most of their skill fusions were kind of ass. Yeah, we can just do that again, huh? We have enough points. Should be in the keyword. Yep. Shuna comes in. We'll use her convert. Now we have a couple stacks of Shuna active, which means that these blues will give us quite a few more points than what we're used to seeing. Yeah, 149. Love to see that. And now we just have to wait to turn 8 until we can actually use Lumi's Awakened skill. We just still do not have access to an alt-swapping character, which we definitely could have brought. We could have brought Rieger on this team instead of Shuna, and it still would have been just fine. Would have been just fine. So here, we'll take Raphael out. We'll bring... I mean, we only need these two. Let's just bring Soka in now. Yeah, we can just use the same orb changes again. The special convert and the oranges. We're going to get a lot of points back. We're going to get a Lumi ult here and probably a Shuna ult. We don't need to hold on to those, so we're going to send them because I want as much Hand of Blues as I can. I don't want to have to deal with 4 blues and 2 ults in the way. Yeah, for hands like that. That hurt a little bit. We do need to swap out Lumi, though, which is good because she only has the alt orb. And we have another blue orb incoming, so when we bring Milim in, we will still have just this hand. So we'll just send the Shuna ult, and we'll hold on to the Lumi ult. Not that we're going to need it to actually kill, because we're going to do way too much damage anyways. This just makes things a bit easier. So you come out, there's the blue, now we use the orb change, and now we can send this, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have 300 skill points now, so we are over the maximum that we need to do the mission, 220. We just need to get to turn 8 now. Oh my god, look, it's turn 8. Holy crap. Let's use the buffs. Alt buff, Shuna. Swap her out. For Raphael. And then, now that it's turn 8, we can use the Awakened Lumi skill. After turn 8, remove or decreases the stun resistance or stun evasion by 100%. Boom. Gives us the light attack now. Then we can take out Soka. Well, no, we can stun first. Boom, boom. Soka stun. Or, not it's Soka stun, but the stun increase plus defense. I've never actually used this to its required, specified use. It extends the stun duration by 1 turn, so this is like they wanted you to stun on turn 7 and then keep him stunned on turn 8. You certainly could. You don't really need to, though. But there, we've used more than 220 skill points in that turn. We've got every single buff active, and now Raphael... I want to see how much damage he does with an orb. 49k? Cool. And then 584. Type neutral, by the way. Alright, yep. Certainly gets the job done. You could also use the Water 2.0 stacking team. That would work just as well. Any stacking team will do. Or you could just try and burst it down, but I don't know about that. Let's move on to the free-to-play team now. Alright, since I didn't want to use Commander Xion, just the entire 12 stages on the free-to-play blue teams, I switched it up, because the free-to-play Rain from the Primal Demon meta does give us extra damage against wind enemies when using a Primal Demon or Stern of Spirit team. And we do have a couple free-to-play battle unit Primal Demons to pull from. We've got the 2 different Miseries, one of which came alongside the Rain from the same Primal Demon meta. And then we've got the Space 2.0 Rain, Misery, who is single target, I guess. She's buffing green orbs. She also does a heal, so I mean, that's cool. But the Primal Demon Misery only changes Primal Demon orbs to oranges to blues. So we have 3 Primal Demons because Diablo is also here from New Year's Blessing, who can give his own orbs away to the highest attacking character, which looks to be himself. So, okay, sure, whatever. Then we're going to bring free-to-play Sokka and Rimuru again, because they're just really good for this team. Rimuru can handle the greens and his own orbs. Sokka can handle the special converts. We have a lot of orb changing available on this team. And we are running the protection gauge on Blue Charm for Rain. Alright, so what's great about this team is, one, we have a pretty good starting hand where we just have 5 Diablo orbs and 1 Sokka. So we're just going to send the 1 Sokka orb and then get 6 Diablos, which means that we can bring in our fully type advantage free-to-play Misery from the Space 2.0 meta, being physical and space. Means that we'll get, okay damage out of her throughout this fight. This is the counter-attack turn, so the counters are annoying, but we do have her own heal in the back pocket, which it's not just a heal for her. She could heal anybody. She just heals, I think, the lowest HP person, which works. I mean, currently she is the lowest HP person. And this is just another exercise in patience, because we don't really have any big-time buffs with this team. We don't have crits, or the attack buff that we're getting from the Rain Protector is only temporary, 20%. It's not like a stacking of any type like the Commander Xion is. So, I mean, it is kind of unfortunate. It still means we're going to do more damage every single turn that we use her, which is great. It's just, it's not permanent. But, I mean, we are doing good damage for just a bunch of free-to-play characters, and having 3 Primal Demons means that it's not that hard to full convert here, because it's only oranges that we convert. So as long as the orbs are orange, for a character who is not getting swapped out, or who is getting swapped out, if they don't have any oranges, then it's great, because obviously Sokka and Rimuru are not Primal Demons. So we can kind of work around it to where we can still make it work. The fact that this team is almost pretty much every single one of them is an orb changer except for Space Misery means that it's very versatile. And it just means that we're going to be sending alts the entire time, or at least pretty buffed up orbs from the Rain buff. However, things do get kind of expensive, because we're not running a green reset team. We could have brought Frey. Frey would have worked too, because I don't think the stage nerfs greens. We could have done that, and that would have been a 5% attack buff permanent, which means that we would have hit harder and harder and harder and harder. We would have had to use Frey 4 times to match what Rain is giving everyone right here. But, did I say Frey? Yeah, Frey. Details. It is what it is. You use what you got. You might not have access to this Primal Demon Rain because you weren't playing during the Primal Demon meta. But you should have Frey because you're playing the game right now, and she's the current free-to-play protector, if you're watching this in September of 2024. I don't know if anyone is ever going to come back to these videos after that point, unless they drop another EX challenge later on in the future. I don't know. But maybe they will, and maybe they'll make it harder, but maybe they'll let you use EX characters, and they quadruple the amount of HP. I don't know. Well, even if they quadruple it, it's not a lot. Right? Ogre's Pride beatdown battle, it's 6 million for Inferno 3. This Veldora has 300,000 HP. Even if you quadrupled that, it's nowhere close. So, details. It's something that's kind of cool to kill the time. It's definitely killing a lot of my time right now. I haven't caught up on any anime. Pretty much every day I've just been recording these videos. These take a while. I don't know if you knew that. 3 clips, recorded clips, do take some time to record and edit and then eventually post. So, a lot of my day is taken up by this. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully. I can't speak for everybody, but it is what it is. But we're on turn 8, he's almost dead, and as we've seen this entire time, it's not that hard to get full hands of blues. Like, it really isn't. It's just getting more and more expensive, which does cut into our usability and viability of using an orb change every single turn. Maybe sometimes you have some turns where you don't use everything. Not this turn, though, because we can just swap Diablo for Rimuru, and then convert all of his own orbs. And then we'll bring in Sokka. Works for me. And we'll heal Sokka up, because she was low. We're going to take an ult here, I think, from Veldora. Oh, no, we just took that. Never mind. Well, we healed her back up anyways, because she was still fairly low. We will watch this Misery ult, because it's much flashier and nicer to look at than the other Misery, which is why I skipped hers. There's only, 2 years apart in time frame almost? Maybe a year and a half. between those two free-to-play alts. Times have changed. But we are on turn 10. He just has a little tiny sliver of HP left. We can full convert this hand. I do want Space Misery to get the final blow here, though, because we've put in the work. So let's just full Orb Chain so we can at least send everything, and then we'll try and make it so we lower him down just enough to let Misery get the final hit. So here, we'll bring Diablo in, and then we don't have enough orbs to convert that, so we'll give us the 20% attack buff. I think we send 2 Diablo orbs and then a Rain, or Misery, sorry. Yeah, 1, 2, and 3. And there we are, a full free-to-play team, Primal Demon-focused versus Veldora EX Challenge Quest. If you have any other team suggestions, I know there's a lot. Yes, I know Vengeance can do it. Please put them down in the comments below so other people can do that. But that's it for me, guys. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.